Hi everyone, Warringel here, and welcome back to the Mousillon campaign, where for this episode there has been a change of plan. Last episode, I talked about how my friends were coming down to stay for a few days this week, and I won't have time to do recording later in the week, so I was going to record this episode in advance, so you guys will get it yesterday. However, I had a bit of bad luck when I went to record it. I spent about 3 hours actually recording the episode and getting the footage because I decided to make the video an hour long. So I spent 2 hours doing the episode with like the campaign map and fighting the battles. I went back then and spent an hour doing the cinematics for the replays. So the battles looked more interesting, or at least I tried to. And then I went on to HitFilm to edit the video and found out that the first video with all the campaign map and everything was only 7 minutes long. It seems that OBS decided to cut the video after about 7 minutes and like 32 seconds or something like that. So, yeah, I had about an hour and 50 minutes of missed gameplay, and it was late at night. I lost my patience and decided to leave it. So, the good thing is, though, that after my friends left yesterday, I decided that I was going to actually record the episode today so we can keep on track with the campaign. So, after today now, videos will be going back to their normal time. This is just a one-off, because now I have some time to actually replay the episode. And I've double-checked OBS, making sure that it is actually recording, and I will have to check it after I finish recording. So, that's my Tale of Woe for this episode. Let's just skip past that and get started with the episode today. Now, as a reminder, last time we started our counter-attack, and we've managed to take Gisero as well as Montfort down here. But a good counter-attack does not stop at just reclaiming lost territory. It's pushing forward and claiming fresh territory. And so that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to start things off first of all with the Red Duke himself, who has marched down to Montfort and is now in position to go after Knight's Pass. Now, I don't know what the garrison's going to be like. In fact, okay, there's a few units there, but I can't tell what level. Oh no, I can actually. Level 2. Okay. I think we can still win it. Well, I know we can win it, to be honest with you guys, so let's go forward and attack it. This is just basically what I did on Tuesday, so yeah, Knight's Pass, we'll go ahead and do that. Nice and easy. Close victory. I'm just going to go ahead and occupy it. There we go. I picked up a Mortar Informer. Yep. Okay, skip for all of this. Right. Since we took it, however, it's only a level 1 settlement, so we're going to spend some of our dark magic to upgrade it. Make sure we start getting some growth going. And that's you done. Over here then, we're going to have... To be honest, I originally sent Malabad to do this, but you don't actually need siege equipment to go after a fort. So this time around I'm going to get Nicolette to do it, so she can level up a bit better. So she can go in here and set things up. Then we'll send in Malabad to act as the reinforcements. Like so. Attack. Win. There we go. That was easy. Right, let's go ahead now and occupy this one. Picked up the Ruby Ring of Ruin like last time. Okay. Apart from me changing the order of the battle, that's basically the same as things were last time I tried doing this. Now, this army I do want to kill, because what ended up happening last time I fought this was this army ended up getting their commander replaced with Commander Bernhard from the Grudgebringers, and I fought a battle over here at Gisero, which came very, very, very close, but unfortunately Bernhard turned out to be a hard nut to crack, and after killing about 2/3 of the garrison by himself and with his units, I unfortunately lost the battle. So, I would like to try and kill him off as soon as I can. Now, unfortunately, I'm wondering how I can do this. Because I want... The more important thing really with the two armies here is to actually go and attack Marienburg. So... In fact, I think that's exactly what I'm going to do, like I did last time. What I'll do, though, is do things a little different afterwards, but for now, let's move you down here. And leave it there. Okay, you stash... I had you come over here to assassinate this guy. Now, even though he's exhausted, it's still a 63% chance, and last time he succeeded, which gave me the extra... Oh, he got a critical success this time. Cool. But it gave me the blood kiss I needed to unlock the next bloodline power for the Necroarchs. So this one is going to give us extra starting winds of magic, which is quite cool, and then the final one will give us reduced upkeep. So yeah, that's useful. Now, who else is left? Vendrick, to be honest, what did I get you to do? We've already searched the ruins last time, didn't I? So, what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to get you to go and block this army. Now, there is a... Excuse me? Oh, 20%. Cool, Wall of Fear. Now, there is actually two armies here. One of them is lying in ambush, and this one's raiding. Now, I knew this last time, so what I ended up doing was just getting Vlad to march in here until the army split up. And William, I'm actually going to get him marching forward. I pushed forward last time and ended up taking Wutzbad, so I don't see why we can't do that this time. What the plan is going to be is basically to try and unite Reikland and, well, Eastern Sylvania by taking Mousillon, Averland, and Stirland. So once we've taken that, we can push upwards then into Ostermark. Is it Oster? Yeah, Ostermark. And take Osterland. So we've got Beckerven and places like that that belong to Reikland. So we want to secure that. And yeah, that's the common plan anyway for the campaign. So we'll get William to actually start marching forward. So you can go there. Red Duke's moved, you've moved, you've moved, you've moved, you don't need to move you. Now I did move Arnard originally down to Schwarzhaven because I thought we could do with him leveling up to try and boost our income a little bit more. Because if I pop on here, Lawkeeper has given us some bonuses, admittedly. But if we can unlock him by getting to level 10... But now that I actually look at this and see it's only an extra 2%, I'm not that fussed, in hindsight. I'd rather keep him here in Drakenhof where he can at least get us some extra cash. Now what I can do is have a double check. So I can't remember, did I get it yet? No, I didn't. Right. I ended up picking up a follower that's going to increase the amount of money we get from the vampire crypts and that last time. Didn't get it this time, so that's unfortunate. But everyone else now has moved and done stuff. We'll move you there. Aiden can just march around here. In fact, what are you guys like? No, actually, what I'm going to do with you, Aiden, this time around, just in case, is I'm going to send you up here. If we can kill off at least one or two of the enemy units that cause trouble, like the war wagons in particular, I'll be happy. So you can do that. And then technology. Now we finished up Unholy Tournaments, which gives us reduced upkeep for our cavalry. But the one I want to go for next was Corrupt the Land. As you can see, it's going to give us extra 10% casualty replenishment. And given that our casualty replenishment is excellent right now already, anything we can do to make it even harder for the enemies to kill us off is going to help us out massively. Shady Township, we'll go ahead and give that to Schwarzhaven. That will give us walls there. Okay, Red Duke. Now, one advantage of actually doing this episode again is that I was able to get the comments from the last one. So, we do want to try and finish off the Red Duke's personal tree, and then we'll probably see about working on his magic, because after all, as was mentioned by Alvor, I believe, he's got it, so he might as well do it. So, we'll go for Renowned and Feared though first. And then, yeah, Curse of the Revenants, we haven't really lost that much on health, really. So I suppose we can go for that, but I would like to try and do something like maybe Wind of Death, because we haven't really used it, and it would be quite cool to actually give him an attacking spell. So yeah, you do that. Mina, we're going to give you... I think we'll just increase your weapon strength a bit, because you got everything else. Yeah. So we'll give you that. Okay, Bolger's... I'm going to actually keep him on foot for a little bit longer. Just because he is useful when it comes to attacking settlements, because he can just march up on the walls. You already got your Barded Warhorse, that's fine. And you finished all of these. Let's finish off Flesh to Stone with you. Okay, Vendrick. We'll finish Damage Walls, because then that's all your agent skills done. Eustache, I'll just give you that, because why not? Cassine, I'm going to give you a Murderer in Disguise. So he can get the increased melee attack and weapon strength. And then, no, actually, better yet, let's give you replenished troops. I think that's why I ended up picking last time. For you, we'll pick that and that, just so we can finish those off. Or better yet, we'll go for that and that. Wind Blast is a useful spell, so I'd rather use that if possible. We'll give you Devastating Charge to increase that some more. And yeah, there we go. Managed to get through that 5 minutes quicker as well. Okay, then back to us. So, we got a confederation between Clan Dorasklad and Clan Drazkarak. So, apart from that, it's just a bunch of raid-in notifications like I seem to be getting every turn now. But our next target is Marienburg. Now, just like happened last time, we had Enverd Vanderkrauer bring in a small army into the city as a garrison. But luckily for us, he's recruited a new one, Otto von Blutten, outside the settlement. And so we can actually attack Marienburg and fight all their armies without having to, well, fight them at the walls. So, Malabad is going to lead the assault this time, and Nicolet's going to come in as reinforcements. So we want to make sure we get them just right. Maybe something like here? Can't get you any further in, so yeah, you can move here, Nicolette. Like so. And then we'll get Malabad to actually come in and attack Otto. There we go. Marienburg Directorate. Bands bar massively in my favour, not surprisingly, given what we're facing. So, goodbye. Now, the advantage, of course, of fighting the garrison outside the settlement is that we can just walk in now and take it. So, given what we've got here as options, I was just going to go ahead and dominate the captives, get a bit of extra replenishment, an extra 30% magical resistance, that's useful. Oh, and Malabad now can get drunk when fighting at sea. Oh dear, that cracked me up last time too. Okay, Nicolette. I'm actually going to get Nicolette now to pull back. Reason being is that I want to get rid of this army, so I'm going to get her to start marching back here. What we can actually do, thinking about it, is let's get a force march in a little bit, so she can get here. In fact, we might as well just get you going as close as possible, eh? So, yeah, you're in position there now. Aiden can actually catch up to them now, so let's see about going after that unit of mortars, because that was the second unit that actually caused me hassle when I had to deal with them last time. I've only read a Banshee. There we go, that worked. If we had a Banshee, we could have just blocked the entire army and we wouldn't have to deal with them at all. But no so much luck here. Yeah, I think we've finished up all our Banshees anyway, have we not? I can't remember. Let's have a look. Banshee. Yeah, we got 2 out of 2. Never mind. Anyway, while we're here now, just like last time, Wasteland has now split up their 2 armies, so we can go after both of them nice and easy. So we're going to go after this one first, just to kill them off, because why not? Now, despite the fact that we got Vlad leading the army in that, because it's just mainly skellies and not so much high-tier units, it is, well, just somewhat in our favour. So we'll go ahead and do this. We'd lost a unit of direwolves. That's fine, I don't care. Alright, let's get a bit of extra dark magic. Enemy killed. Great. And I'm going to move you back to Schwarzhaven. What would be ideal, once we start getting a bit more money, is maybe pulling back to somewhere. Like, even here to Drakenhof might be a good idea. So we can get access to Raised Dead and just get some more powerful units, apart from just the Khanwaves. But we'll do that at some point. For you, let's actually have you... Oh, we could assassinate them. Block the army first for me. Flesh Golem, okay. Block army success. Good. William. Now, I had William actually retreat a bit because he was going to be attacked by Glibfoot Volespanker, who has joined Stirland from the Moods. And this small army here, led by Leonard Biber. So I decided just to pull back. He can now go and attack Glib. Alright, Banspar's against us this time. It's actually more against us this time than it was last time. Like, when I was in the end turn phase. Right. We're going to fight this battle, because I'm looking at what the enemy has got, I'm looking at what I've got, and I don't agree with it. So, see you guys on the battle map, even. So everyone, here we are at the Battle of Late Ziga Ford, where William is charging across the battlefield to face his old rival. Although I must admit, it says something about your character if your rival happens to be a halfling with the surname Volespanker. Yeah, let's not imagine what he gets up to in his spare time, eh? But anyway, at the moment, if I speed things back up to normal speed, I've got the entire army rushing forward right now because, well, you can see why perfectly clear. We've got Hailstone rockets just firing down on our army. Now, the original plan, if I just slow things down a minute so I don't have them talking over me, is I did send off the Grey Men and our Vargulf to try and distract the enemy and have the rockets fall around these guys. But unfortunately for us, the enemy managed to fire over our army and attack the Graveguard. Now, luckily for me, we've got Aldrich nearby, so he's busy healing them up with the upgraded version of the Invocation of Nehek. So, while the main army itself, though, charges forward, I've actually scared in my knights over here to start making their way shortly around the ford itself to come and attack the enemy from the rear. They're going to take a little while to get there because they've got a lot of distance to travel, but they will get there eventually. In the meantime, though, if we speed things up again, we've got some more rockets coming down. Luckily, though, we're still healing up the damage that they're causing. And our first few units are getting up close. So with the Vargulf, I'm charging him around the flank because the plan was to try and scare away this unit of archers and then outflank them to go after the Hailstone rocket battery. Didn't quite work as originally planned because, well, I thought they were actually going to come and attack me, but I sent Victor in to go and deal with these guys using his hero killing ability, and William has charged in to engage with the greatswords here. Now, he is sort of holding his own in the battle, but bear in mind it's going to be a little difficult, given that he's now heavily surrounded. Although this has helped out quite a bit. A spell, the Pendulum, being cast by his paramour, Margaret. Now, it just slices across these enemy units, doing a ton of damage, which I was really happy to see. And most importantly, we didn't get a miscast, which would have affected a lot of my... Oh, actually we did. Oh, my bad. We did get a miscast, but luckily she was far away enough from everybody else that she was the only one affected by it. It was nice to see, though, that she was willing to risk it for... Well, I don't want to say her beloved, because I don't know if vampires work like that in fantasy. I mean, maybe, her concubine? I don't know what the relationship is between them two. Anyway, nevertheless, she managed to get 83 kills in that one spell, which was really, really good. And at this point, we've now got the Grey Men about to charge in. I've also got the Mortar's Engine, who's managed to speed up to go after some units of archers. And what I was planning to do with this was mainly just to try and keep the archers in that busy, get them skirmishing away so they're not actually fighting. But while they're doing that, then it means that the Grey Men can come in, and they are causing some devastation swinging around there. Although saying that, so is the Hailstone rocket battery. Unfortunately, the Vargulf got distracted, and instead started going after, well, everybody else. So the rockets are still able to get some shots in. But at this point, you can see our troops in the distance are starting to get into position, and our infantry, if we pull back, is starting to get into combat range. Margaret is going to be charging in order to start doing some damage. Aldrich is going to just stay behind, boosting up troops when needed using Van Hel's Dance Macabre. And another rocket shot. Luckily that didn't get too far. And what I'm doing then on the flanks is using my criticals just to go after enemy archers. Unfortunately, I was quite surprised to see this when I was fighting, but this archer unit is actually winning against my criticals, despite the fact that our figure level is much higher, and these guys are absolutely shattered with lower stats. Yet, yeah, according to this, they're winning. So I start sending off some knights in a minute, which you can actually see happening over here. Now, I did give them all different targets, but this unit of handgunners decided to just charge across the, well, front of the line, so it meant that all my troops got stuck at these guys. But it does mean they're going to lose very, very quickly. So, At this point now, we've got the Black Knights charging over this side. We've got others charging into the rear of the main line. Between some more between our Crypticals, the Mortars Engine, and some more cavalry I'll be sending over in just a minute. We've dealt with our left flank as well. This means now we just need to get through the mess that is the centre here. Now, unfortunately for the Imperial soldiers, things are looking very, very bad for them. They are surrounded on all fronts. There's monsters and all sorts fighting them. And yeah, not the best position for them to be in. But at this point, if we slow things down again, just because it's so loud in my ears. Let me put the volume down a second, my headset. Oh my god, look at those great swords. Whee! Now, Volespanker is actually in here, and he's actually doing relatively okay. Now, I'm trying to click on him, which is being a bit harder than it would seem. Here. He is very tired, but he's hanging on in there. I did have William try to engage him in combat, but it's not quite working out. And you can see that I've got the enfeebling foe. I was hoping that might allow us to cause some damage. But again, he's not really taking any, despite the fact that he's surrounded by my troops. Now at this point of the battle, basically we have won it. Right? Over on this flank you can see archers have already been defeated. Likewise on this side, we're just chasing down the remnants of one unit. And really it's just a case now of trying to deal with over here the best I can. Now what I decided to do is, given that we're talking about two old rivals, I actually eventually just move my entire army fighting in here out of the way, because you can see that everybody else has been defeated and shattered. I think the only unit left at this point is Volespanker and a unit of bowmen, which managed to come back over here. Oh no, there's 20 of them there, my bad. Where's the other survivors? Not that it really matters, I guess. I mean, we've managed to kill everybody else. But there you go, 24 people. Now I figured it's going to be too busy, so like I said, what I ended up doing is get all my troops to move away. So all we got left now is William and Volespanker to fight. And given how much troops was actually in the area, it's taken a little while for them to move out of the way. So yeah, he's actually still hanging on in there. He's only now started taking some damage. Huh. But yeah, everybody else moving out of position. We'll speed things up a little bit now. We get to the point then when it's just William and Glibfoot. So they're busy dueling away with one another. Let's make it a little bit more cinematic. We can see right down here this going on. Now, despite the fact that there should be only one clear winner, and that is, well, William, he actually lasts surprisingly long, and this is with me helping out William using spells. Because at the end of the day, he's not going to be aware that Margaret is casting spells to help him in battle. But even then, it's still not doing as much damage as I would have thought against Glibfoot. Yeah, swinging away, I only managed to get about half health, and this is with me using things like, as you saw, the enfeebling foe, and even used Spirit Leech at one point. But eventually, we managed to get him to retreat, and we have now defeated the entire enemy army with relatively few casualties. So at this point now, let's go back to the campaign map and continue with things. So there we go, a decisive victory, as I thought I would get, to be honest. The tactic was very similar to what I did last time, probably mentioned it in the replay, but yeah, we managed to win it easily enough. Now, what to do with the survivors? I think we will just go ahead and return them, get a bit of extra dark magic to help us out. And luckily for us, because Volespanker was actually marching, it means that we wiped out his entire army. So that's handy. Now, these two armies are over here. We've got Albrecht Haupt Anderson, the Elector Count of Stirland here. But as he's over there, if we march closer towards Wutzbad, we won't have to worry about him catching up with us. So we're going to move you about here. Because yeah, unless these guys are willing to force march and try and get involved, I think we'll be okay. So William's done that. Duke, you can push forward now to attack Ubersreich. You can take it back then. Because don't forget, this actually used to belong to us at one point. But now, it does it yet again. There we go, nice and easy. Occupy. Oh, I forgot about this. So we had a mission to actually capture it again, and we picked up 500 dark magic. Not going to complain. I picked through that. Now, last time, I ended up actually marching towards Grunberg, which meant then Esper von Draken here was able to march down, take Uberswijk, attack a Knight's Pass, take that, and start making her way into Bretonnia. And I'm not going to let her do that this time. So, yeah, I'm going to kill her off first, and then we're going to march on Ortdorf, ready for the next episode. I didn't get there last time I did this either, but it's a plan at least now. But, yeah, you've now got 2 more turns of exhaustion, but can we... I suppose we could go after this legendary hero, but I don't want to antagonize Midland yet. So, what about you? Hinder replenishment, no need. We've got Dowie Wattux here. That's not going to make much difference, is it? That's the thing, he's really good at assassinations. Not really that fussed about everything else. I'll let you just recover, I think. That'll be the best job. Okay, Malabad, you've now need to take Marienburg. Have you not taken it yet? No, we haven't. Right. Let's go in. Occupy. There we go. Right. So we've got the Marienburg Harbour now at level 3, which gives us about 1,000 dark magic a turn. We'll hopefully be able to boost it up fairly quick to a port, giving us extra. And as for the stuff in here, small hunting grounds, to be honest, I don't really need this one. Although the extra growth could be useful. Now what I'm going to do is demolish that. I'll keep that, I guess. And to be honest, I'm going to get rid of the pigment grinder shop. There's other buildings we can get instead that will be more useful. So we'll grab that. And then, yeah, everybody else has already moved, I believe. Yeah, Vlad's moved back, Vendrick's moved, you've moved. Okay. So now we've got 9,000 to spend. Is there anything we kind of want to upgrade? I think we're okay over here in Sylvania. Oberswijk, I'll keep that because of the defenses. Quillis, we're actually okay down here. I wouldn't mind upgrading certain bits and pieces just in case we have to deal with the Wood Elves. As you can see, Highwhelm Togovan has got a number of armies, including, did I not see? Where's that? Zatophios, Tunduris. Yeah, the Sisters of Twilight are here. Oh. Their expedition over to the New World didn't go too well then. Huh, fair enough. Alright, Montfort, we could upgrade you. In fact, I'm going to give you some defenses. Straight off the bat. Artois, let's give you the actual wood, just so we can get those cheaper trebuchets in the future. And could get the brazier, not that fussed to be honest. Alright, how many more turns? 14 turns until we can upgrade that. Okay, we'll just leave that for now. Is there anything else quick? Leoness, we could upgrade this, I guess. Let's get the harbour done. And anything that actually needs upgrading or anything, I'm trying to remember. The problem when I did so much last time is trying to remember now what I need to do this time. So Grunzint, I'll give you some extra defences, because why not, so we can upgrade Blackstone posts. We need to deal with the Orc Greenskins that happen to be here as well. I'll send Nicolette, I think, after them once we've dealt with the Empire there. So now quickly upgrade. We're 1 turn away from getting our Hippogriff, so we want to get that at some point. When I'm pushing forward to get Lightning Strike with you, everything else is relatively fine. Yeah, in fact, I might just go ahead and do just that. We'll go Guile and Glamour in order to increase the vampiric corruption. That would be useful. Slowly work on those abilities. Nicolette, I'm still waiting for her to get her hands on a Coven Throne. She's got a long way to go there before that happens. But we will give her Undying Horde. And Ready Done Invocation a Heck, Gaze and a Gash. Let's give her Van Hell's Dance Macabre in order to increase that. And what I'm actually going to do is have a quick check here. Yeah, we can just about afford the unit of Silver Shriekers I've been meaning to get her. So well done, you now have that. Bernhoff, let's give you the final point in hard to hit. William, well, what can I give you now? I think we'll just continue working on your own combat abilities. So we'll give you now Foe Seeker. And we'll finish off full plate armor, I guess. Margaret, will give you... I'll give you the hunger, because you are a vampire. It's pretty much expected of you, isn't it? Aldrich... I'll give you evasion, because then you can start working on Curse of Years, Wind of Death, etc. Or Cassine, let's give you Murderer in Disguise now. Aiden, really not much else I can start giving you. I'm just working on points of this case just for something to do. Vlad. I still think it'd be best to work on his combat abilities. Could work if no, that's extra growth. Uncanny Prescience. Oh, that's really not that useful. I much prefer Respected and Feared. That's a much better skill. Huh. In that case, Magical Animus. That could be useful. Right. I'm actually going to start working you, I think, on magic. So we could go for the Lawmaster skill in order to get reduced cooldown time. But he hasn't actually got much in the way of spells apart from the Invocation and the Heck. So, but yeah, we've got 1 point, I guess. We'll go and grab that now. And then we can start working on his magic as well. Bessat, let's give you Harmonic Convergence. Natalie, we're giving you Spirit Leech. Doom of Darkness. Or Soul Blight. Let's go for Soul Blight. It's much better to reduce enemies' armor and weapon damage rather than their leadership. You can just hover around here. Eustache, you can just hover there. And there we go. Okay then. So already at this point I'm seeing things change differently than what happened when I last tried doing this episode. Where, for example, if I pop through all of these and head over towards Woodbird, originally I was able to attack with William's army with no problems. This time though, Albrecht has actually made his way into the settlement. So that's going to make things much harder for us to actually try and take it. Although saying that, the garrison itself is not that big. It's mainly going to be annoying to deal with the greatswords and that. But I suppose...
Do you know who I am?
If we were able to actually attack the settlement properly and fight them, it might actually work out. Huh. That could work. Unless... maybe just change direction a little bit. Maybe we'll go after Averland instead. Sure. Let's get him to march down here. And now and then, not only will be taking the fight to the Order of New Solent, but we can also have him eventually join up with Vlad, and they can double team then Stirland. So yeah, you can do that. You and then Vlad will go over here and basically attack these guys. There we go, nice and easy. Goodbye. Right, what do we want to do with these guys? I'm just going to murder them. Not that we need to worry too much about the leadership, but yeah. Alright, let's go for all of these. How much more movement do you have? We'll have you attack Grenstadt, then in the next turn. William can join in and attack Ivanheim, and then they can join up then to go after everything else. Yeah, that will work out. So you've done that, Red Duke. We're going to have you now go up and attack Espith, but what I'm going to do along the way is try and set up an ambush, just so, in case, 55, 90, 90, 90, 90, 55, 80, come on, give me as close to there as possible, 80, we'll take it. So we'll move him here. The reason being is that if she ends up coming to attack us, then that's great. We can just wipe her out in an ambush. But if she stays where she is, then we'll still be in a good position to take the settlement, deal with her, and then we can march on Ortdorf. So you can do that. Eustache, at this point, I really don't know what to do with you. I think it might be best to actually just march him straight into Reikland. And we can go after agents and that we spot over there. I think that'd be the best thing to do. Plus we can keep an eye on it on what's happening over at Ortdorf. So yeah, we'll have you and Med over there. Malabad... oh yeah, I forgot to this. Right. During the end turn phase, I noticed there's a faction called the Harbingers of Doom. And... yeah, it's Be'lakor, the Dark Master himself. Now, just to show, look how cool he looks. He looks very, like, pretty much close to what he does in the model that you can get on the tabletop. Yeah, he looks so cool. And of course, look at his army. He's got Bloodletters, Plague Bearers, Followers of Bellicor for the Finmore, Beasts of Tanash. Yeah, this is really, really cool. I would love to do a campaign with him at some point. And for those of you who play Age of Sigmar, the tabletop, you know that he not long ago had his own Broken Realms book. So yeah, that was really, really cool to see him march out of the fog of war. I think, so yeah, let's actually have you march up here, Malabad. We're going to take a slight detour. We're going to march down and take Gorcel, just to finish these guys off. And then we'll eventually colonize on now. But for then, we'll march back down to Einhart. So you can do that. You need to go over and kill off this army. I suppose we could have gone after the Greenskins, but in hindsight, how many more turns have we got for Blackstone Post? In hindsight, I'll see if they actually do attack. I'm not that fussed if they take it. We can easily take it back with Nicolat. Alright, you can just hover around here. Alright, Vendrick, let's actually move you over towards Avenheim. I don't know what the garrison's going to be like. Oh, actually very small. Okay. Alright, what I might actually get to do then is go after this hero. 88% chance. But if it gives us another blood kiss, I'm not going to complain. Alright, so now that's everybody moved, isn't it? Yes, okay. Let's have you actually attack this army once more. This time round, go after the Hellstorm rocket batteries. Do I want them gone? Yeah, I can deal with everybody. No, let's just see if we can actually kill off that war wagon completely. No. Okay, never mind. Upgrades. Shh. Anywhere else? Sure, we'll upgrade to level 3. Why not? Okay, with Yunin Damsel, let's give you Flesh to Stone. Gnarly, let's finish off Soulblight and replenish troops. That would be a good choice for you. Matthias, let's give you finish off Devastating Charge. Sure. Flo, let's give you a Fleur. Let's give you Gutter Fighter. We can actually upgrade Montfort. Let's go ahead and get that. So we actually got walls here this time. And yeah, that's it. Now, something I want to show now, so I can show you guys. Last time I tried doing this, I actually was able to confederate with the Blood Dragons, and I did that. However, I kind of regretted doing it because I didn't really get anything in return. They have a major settlement here, Bloodkeep, and a minor one down here. But I didn't actually get much more than that. They had one army, which their commander is just a typical blood dragon, so it wasn't like he was anything unique or special apart from his name. And, yeah, I was actually a little disappointed. Let's skip through all of this. Ambush wasn't successful, but not that fussed, to be honest. Got to recruit a chariot. To be honest, it's not that big a deal if we don't, so I'm leaving it. But during the end turn phase, there was a couple of things I just wanted to point out, because I thought they were kind of cool. So if we head over here, for example, I don't know if you've seen much of these guys yet, but this is the Ugma tribe, a faction introduced by OVN's Lost Factions. Now, you might have noticed when I have shown clips from the end turn sequence that they've got these dryads, which are supposed to be giant wither troll hags. But when I was hovering over their units during the end turn phase, I noticed these carrion warriors had a really funny trait, and this is one here, Troll Fodder. So it looks like they've got an ability, where did I spot it? I think it's this one. So Hungry. That basically allows it so they take a lot of damage to the unit, but they actually allow another unit, like a troll unit, to actually heal up. That was a really, really cool mechanic. I thought that was quite funny. I don't know what's happened though with the fact that we've got dryads instead of giant whatever troll hags. Must be a bit of a conflict somewhere. But yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. We also, just like last time, have Commander Bernhard to assume command of that small little army over here. Now, he's taken some attrition, which is great, and we're in a position to be able to go after him with Nicolette still. I don't know if we'll be able to quite catch up though. What I might do is see if we can... I don't know what our chances are. Not really good, to be honest. Okay, let's move you over here. I don't know why her movement's so slow. But we'll move her here because at the moment I think he's trying to attack Gisero. And the longer we can keep him not doing that, the longer he can take attrition. Now the whole thing is out a bit. Oh, you can just about reach him, Aiden. Oh, 17%, really? Wait, why? He's not tired. Oh, it's just because he's a level 31, maybe. Okay, that's not going to help. What's our chances, though, of failing? 18% of being wounded. Okay, never mind. So much for that. What I might actually get you to do now is come up here instead. Do they have anything to worry about? Pump wagons? Not really. Archers? Again? Not really. I might just end up getting you pulling back here to Bordeaux again. As that's you moved, you can just continue staying here. Alright, Vlad. Let's actually get you now to attack Grenstad. I have noticed this army here from Mousillon marching down, but Schwarzhaven has now got defences, it's been fully upgraded, and we're going to go ahead. We could actually go for the pastures. Now, let's get you defences first of all. I'm going to get rid of the tap room. I'll keep the barrow. Do I need the barrow? It is temple half. I mean, I did say... no, we're using Zufbar, aren't we, for military recruitment? So I suppose, actually, we'll get rid of that too. There we go. Fort Arbenstein will give you defences, because why not? But yeah, let's get you to attack Grenstadt. It should be a pretty easy fight. It is. Goodbye. Alright, occupy it. Okay, picked up the crone. Alright, what can we get from here? Anything? I suppose we could give you a couple of units, like maybe some Pegasus Knights or some Feral Manticores. Just to boost out the numbers a little bit more, but we'll come back to you. For you, William, you can now attack Avenheim. Oh wow, really? That's a really sucky auto-resolve. I mean, I know we're not attacking with siege equipment, but still. You know what we could do, actually? Let's break the siege a minute. And I forgot, I was actually going to send Vendrick to go and damage the walls first. There we go. Hero cost reduction. Now try again. Not that I did much, admittedly. I'm going to risk the auto-resolve. Oh wow, it did take a ton of damage in that fight. Luckily though we didn't lose any full units, and with our replenishment we should be able to get it back fairly quick. Sapper, there we go. Alright. What did we get here anyway? Let's first check the army. Oh yeah, we'll be back up to full strength within 2 turns, easily. As for Avenheim, we don't get any unique buildings or anything like that. So I suppose we could keep the Sacred Swamp. We don't want to have this though, if we've got the Sacred Swamp in there. We'll keep the Binding Circle, because... oh no, we need the last tier, don't we, to increase hero capacity. Sure, we'll get rid of that. We'll keep that. Grenstadt... I suppose it is giving us a little bit of money, so we'll keep things as it is for now. But yeah, William has done that. Red Duke... unfortunately, your ambush was foiled, but we're still in a position to go after Carrick Asgoaz. So let's go and kill off Espif. Still, that's not a good auto-resolve. I think we could fight it if I auto-resolve it, but at the same time... I don't agree with that balance bar. I don't want us to take any more casualties than we might do. You know what, I'm going to quickly fight this battle, so that way then we can actually get through without taking any major losses. So, see you guys down there. So everyone, here we are outside the hold of Karak Asgaraz as the Red Duke and his army march forth to attack the garrison. Now, this battle kind of shows off how inept Esper von Draken must have been as a commander for this particular fight at least, because as soon as the battle started, she ordered all of her men to start moving over to this side of the map. Now, I don't know if it was anything to do with me putting the Dreadwings right over here in the corner, so they can charge in and try and go after the Hellstorm rocket batteries. I don't know. But whatever it was, it caused the entire enemy army to start moving over, which meant that we were able to, well, get closer without having to worry about getting shot to death by rockets. Now, me saying that though, this battle also showed me how effective Espeth was as a character, because I've never actually used Espeth. If you have watched my Reikland campaign I did with Karl Franz, you may remember we never actually got our hands on Espeth, or at least I don't remember us, because there was this weird thing that happened where Espeth managed to lead a army and just survive for multiple turns, just leading his army and relying instead on like raiding and stuff. It was quite a thing to see, but yeah, this is going to show exactly how well she can deal with in this battle. Now, just to show things off a little bit, I've got the Red Duke going straight after Espeth, as you can see. I figured the Red Duke would probably want to duel the enemy commander, so that's where he's off to. Over here then we've got the Vargulf, known as Louis the Righteous, coming in and basically just going after all the enemy units here. There's a bunch of the odd unit of swordsmen and stuff like that, but generally we've got a lot of missile troops. So I was hoping his presence was either going to slow them down, or just, you know, get them to skirmish away. Now, as well as that, as you can see, I'm using the Curse of Years to just debuff them quite a bit, and he's keeping them nice and busy for the Screaming Ones to come in and provide support. Over on our right flank then, you can see the devastation that's about to be unleashed upon the defenders of the Karak, as we've got the Ladies Lost, our Black Grail Knights, about to charge in right towards the Hellstorm rocket batteries. We've got the Bloodsworn and the Duke's Companions coming after these units right here, and we've got the Dreadwings, as you may have saw, charging in as well to attack the Swordsman unit. These are all just really holding the enemy in place while my infantry continue to march forward. Now, one thing that has happened, where has she gone? I think she's here. Yeah, Mina. Mina has done extremely well in the fight so far. She's used the Black Sun of Xerius to do a ton of damage already against the enemy forces, especially in this area here. And her coming in has managed to help clear up the center quite nicely. Now, while that's going on though, the duel continues between Espeth and the Red Duke. And it's actually not as, how can I put it? It's much closer than I originally anticipated. Now, obviously, the Red Duke is the much better fighter. He should be, but given that he is the Red Duke. But Espeth is certainly holding her own, and actually, looking at the stats, they're not that dissimilar between their melee attack and defense. But she is losing health slowly but surely. Now, I was a bit surprised later on to see her pretty much come back up to full health, and the reason being is because she's got an item. If I can actually... hang on, let me pause it a minute, because I have to do this when I do replays. Go on Espeth and move over here. You can read a bit about her there. But she's got... where is it? I think there's this thing here. Death's Timekeeper. It's an artifact that allows her to actually regenerate a lot of her health. And so later on, when I looked over here, she was basically back up to full strength. And I didn't know how she pulled it off until later in the battle, when I saw that was the item she had. I mean, just to show off some other stuff. She's got the Pale Scythe that she uses, which gives her a bunch of bonuses, including Sundered Armor. She's got Dark Walker ability that gives us a ward save for 60 seconds. Things like the Potion of Speed, using Soul Blight, Spirit Leech, Aspect of the Dread Knight. Got Coruscating Blast. Oh, that's from the Carmine Dragon, right. Huh. Yeah, Spell Devour as well. She can use that to increase miscast chance. Thank God I didn't actually use any spells with the dragon. But anyway, while they're dueling, you can see the rest of the garrison is not doing too well. Between my cavalry units just charging in, as well as all the damage we've already done, we've basically cleared things up quite a lot. Enemies are for the most part retreating away completely, Bowman is firing in from outside just to help improve the kills a couple here and there. And otherwise the enemy is just retreating. There's still a couple of units here trying their best to skirmish away, but we are chasing them down with our cavalry. You can see the Bloodsworn here, for example, about to charge into this unit of crossbowmen. The Dreadwings are chasing after them over there. And at this point, the battle is basically won. I think the only unit not retreating at this point is this unit of crossbows, and of course Espith herself. Now you can see exactly what I was talking about now with her regeneration. She's managed to regain about half her health, well, most of her health, although by this point it's gone down. And what she started doing, which I didn't realize was a thing until I started fighting her, is that she's actually disintegrating, just like the undead. So I didn't realize that was something she would do as a character until we were fighting, but yeah, she actually starts thinking, hang on a second, what's that? Sorry, I'm trying to pick... It's so annoying having to do like this. Wait. Causes fear? Yeah, it causes terror. Yeah. I have no idea what it is about this character that makes it so she starts crumbling. I mean, you can see it there. Disintegrating. I don't know if it's something to do with a dragon, which I don't think makes sense, given it's a living dragon, or if it's something about her, but nevertheless... She is now defeated. A dragon plummets to the ground. She is now wounded. You can see her body on the floor right here. Okay. Still barely hanging on to life, I imagine, after that fall. But the battle has been won, and Kamak Asgaraz belongs to us. So with that, guys, let's go back to the campaign map. So, that battle went much better than the auto-resolve predicted. Hey, we only took 9 casualties in the entire fight as well, which I thought was awesome. Although I was actually a little curious on who else the Red Duke killed. I might have to watch back during the replay. But all I had him do for the entire fight was fight Espith on Draken. And yet, as the loading screen was going through, I had 14 kills with the Red Duke when it should have just been 1. Now it's jumped up to 37 because the game interprets, you know, when the enemy's army gets wiped out, that your army has actually attacked and killed them. So, like, units like the Duke's Guard didn't actually get any casualties in the fight, or kill anyone, I should say, in the fight. But I was interested to see... Oh, it's these guys. So, adding up, you can see I only got 9 casualties. So, the Spearman Regiment here got 1. These guys got 6. And then 1 there, 1 there. Huh. Cool. Anyway... Let's go ahead now and occupy Karak Asgaraz. It's not really needed, but it could come in handy. Ooh, the Graveyard Rose. Her death magic, magic talismans, and mystical artifacts have counted for naught in the face of superior arms. Now that is very fitting, given that it was the Red Duke that defeated her. That's actually quite, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? It actually worked out pretty nicely. Not only does it now give us extra wins in magic, so we always start now with the maximum amount for the army, but we also got a 10% bonus to research rate, so that's good. Now what I'm going to do with the Red Duke is start marching him off up towards Altdorf. He's going to tie him up with Malabad in order to take the capital of Reikland. And then we'll go after Grunberg and push our way in into Visserland, I think, next. Now here's Bloodkeep, actually. And yeah, if we did confederate, we can secure the rest of the Southern Grey Mountains. But like I said, I didn't really see the need to do so, apart from just securing more territory. I don't know. I wonder if it'd be better, actually. I wonder...
What does my blood like?
Maybe we should offer them as a vassal.
You fool!
No. I know we could confederate, but like I said, I'm really not in a rush to do it. But anyway, we've taken Kamagazgaraz, so I'm gonna go... We can't actually do anything here. Right. Let's get some snail hunting grounds. Might as well get a bit of money coming in from here. And then, yeah, we'll march him down towards Ubersreich and then Altdorf. In fact, yeah, that would be quicker if we just marched that away. Okay, that's fine. So, Red Duke's gonna do that. Malabads. Let's now finish off Gorsel. How do I want to do this? We could attack Arndt outside the settlement, but if he runs away... You know what? We'll attack the settlement itself. There we go. Lichbane Pendant. I'm gonna give that to these guys, the Damned Knights. so the Eternal Inventory, because they are really only vulnerable, I should say, to magic. So having something that gives an extra 30% magic resistance will be quite useful for them. So you can have that. Took a few casualties, but otherwise fine. Go ahead and occupy it. And Marienburg has been destroyed. Alright, let's get through all of this. Oh, he now causes fear. Not that it really matters. But we are so close now to giving him a hippogriff. Right, hopefully we'll get it in the next turn if he gets a natural level up. But there you go. Alright, Marienburg now, we've got some more cash. Let me just finish off with Nicolette. See if there's anything else. No. No, okay. Sure. Aiden's already moved. Arnaud's staying where he is. Vlad's taking Grenstadt. Okay. Let's then... Oh, Christ, where was I? Over here in Marienburg, right. Now, given the amount of money we're making from here, I think a good thing for us to build is up here. We're going to go for the Dark Alleyway Fence. As you can see, it provides bonuses for trade, but also gives us extra income for all regions in the province. Combines as well with the income from the ports. So, yeah, that will be useful to get. And then, of course, given it's quite a good location for us for money, I definitely want to make sure we get some defenses set up. We'll keep the Lodestone of Darkness just because it does give me an extra White King to use, and I might see about recruiting one for Vlad, just so we can boost up his army a little more. Because, yeah, Williams is fine. We do have a Banshee and a vampire, I should say, already, but it could come in handy. I think as well what I would like to do is try and give you another unit. We'll give you some Pegasus Knights, just because these guys will be able to help a little bit with flying around. I know we've already got those, but what would be nice as well, if we can get our hands on maybe a few more Graveguard instead. But bearing in mind, well, we're actually kind of unable to do that, mainly because of the 2 Black Knight units. Maybe it could be a good idea to swap, especially since his bonus goes for Blood Dragons. Yeah, Blood Knights. Yeah, that might work. That might work. The only thing, though, with trying to get Blood Knights for Vlad is because of the mod settings I've got, the only way we can recruit Blood Dragons is by using the ritual here. And this will spawn the units at the capital, all the way back in Mousillon. So in order for Vlad to get his hands on them, I'm going to have to somehow move them across the map in order to join up with his army. And yeah, that's just too much of a hassle. So in hindsight, it might be better to swap him out from Manfred, but now that we've got Vlad on the team, I'm not going to swap him out anytime soon. Anyway, Mina, what can we give you now? We're giving you Immortal Will. Let's finish off Fever then. Bulgars, let's give you Deadly Blades. Vendrick, let's give you, I don't know, just give you Stimulate Growth, I guess. Not that it really matters too much, but you might as well. Okay, Pegasus or Hippogriff. I think we'll continue with that for give him the Hippogriff at the end. Alright, we'll continue in the meantime then, just working on your combat skills until we get to level 10 and we can start probably working, I believe, on the, what was it, Benevolent Overlords? Because of the description, I think we talked about doing it last time. Yeah, because him drinking from the Bloody Grail, that's right. So yeah, what we'll do then instead, let's make him a Deadly Fighter. So we'll go for that. Orcasin will give you Eternal Servitude, so you can get Transfixing Gaze later. Vlad. I said about working on your magical skills, didn't I? So, what does this affect? Invocation of Heck, Winds of Death. Right, so those 2 here. What we'll do then, I think, is we'll go for Curse of Undeath, just so we can constantly heal up our characters every time we cast a spell. Natalie, we've now done Soul Blights. Let's go for Doom and Darkness then, I guess. Fleur, let's give you Precise. Averland, I think for the moment, let's try and increase Vampiric Corruption, at least until we get our hands on a Brazier. The Red Duke, we'll continue working on your magic, I think. We could continue working on combat, but like I said, really all we got left is Curse of the Revenant, now that we've got Renowned and Feared. So yeah, let's go for Winds of Death, see how that does in combat. And, yeah. Okay, here comes the kits. Now I'm going to be honest here. I don't think my garrison can actually fight off this army. So I'm going to auto-resolve it, let them take it, and then hopefully we'll be able to finish them off in Nicolette once we've dealt with the Grudgebringer cavalry. Right, what else is there? Oh yes, we had Iverheim is now under siege by Albrecht, which is okay. Let's have a look what will happen if we fight them. Right, not too good. One thing I did notice though, which I thought was really, really funny to see, is once we pop through this... Right. Oh yeah, we'll come back to that. Is look how this grey wizard... And I'm curious to know why he's got a firework. It looks like one of those, we don't have them really here in the UK, but you see them in America. Whereas like the trolley things for the barber shops. And yeah, it looks like a firework he's got in his hand. And I have no idea why. It just looks kind of funny. Oh wait. Aloran the Grey Wizard, Legendary Lord, Rocket Wizard? What? Oh my god, that's Gandalf! Oh my god, so we've got Legless, Giblets, we've got Aloran the Grey Wizard. I was thinking for a minute, why has he got a rocket? And it's actually part of the character. Okay. Okay. Anyway. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I thought was interesting. Espif's back. She didn't stay defeated long. Yeah, don't know how that came about. Oh, she hasn't got the thingy bob this time. Wait, has she? Oh no, she still got it. Yeah, Dev's Timekeeper. Gives her regeneration when needed. But, yeah, that was unexpected. I think we're going to have to bring you up in order to help deal with the situation. What I'm going to do is just going to bring him up for now. I want to make sure if we get attacked, well, they actually try to attack us, when the game bloody lets me, there. Then Vlad can come in as a reinforcement for the army itself. There we go. Perfect. In fact, if we try fighting them now, what will happen?
The lady wills it.
If it's about 50-50, right. Given that we've only got like 5 minutes, what I think I'll do is actually leave it for the moment. See if they actually come to attack us. Because while I could probably actually win if I auto-resolve that going by the bar, I don't want to run the risk of losing any full units from William's army. So I would rather have it that Vlad starts the attack and he is on the front line with his full stack instead. So Vendrick, instead of that, what we're going to get you to do is maybe try and assault some units. Can't block the army, but we can assassinate you. Critical success as well, and another blood kiss. Cool. So that's you guys. Over here, we've got Lucas Becker recruiting an army at the moment. It's not really much we can get him to do. We'll get you damage on the walls, sure. You've got 99% chance of succeeding. Why not? So now you can do that. Duke, let's get you down heading towards Altdorf. Now, will you get there in 2 turns after this? Right. What I'm going to do then is get you force marching so you can get closer. Even if an army attacks him while he is force marching, I'm pretty confident in the army's abilities to be able to, you know, deal with a counterattack. And then what I'll do then with Malabad is, what's going to be the quickest way? It's going to be the same thing. Why? What about if we come this way? We could potentially do this, but it would also mean trespassing in not Marienburg, Midlands territory. And at the moment I don't really want to fight them if we can avoid it. So yeah, it might be better if we get you to march down this way. That should do. Alright, Gorcel. For the moment I'm going to disband that, so we can get our hands in on walls afterwards. Oh, in fact, we need you to go after these.
Not possible.
Right.
My bloodline.
If they attack us, then so be it. We'll have to defend. Hopefully, though,
We are in a
we'll be okay. And just to help things out, let's get you that hippogriff, finally. Perfect.
I will not betray you.
Alright, we'll have you just continue to hover around here for now. Bernhard Richtelos. Alright, at this point, I'm going to give you... Could give you Devastating Charge, because you are on a horse after all. Increasing that up to 74 would be quite nice. Yeah, let's go for Devastating Charge. Let's just continue working on that. Vendrick, at this point, I'll just give you increased mobility, I guess. Eustache. Let's give you... Finish all your personal ones now. Let's just start working on your combat abilities, I guess. Aiden. Yeah, we'll continue just giving you Van Hell's Dance Macabre. Right, anything else now we need to upgrade or anything like that? I'm sure we've got rid of a couple of buildings here and there. So let's actually get that. Let's have a look elsewhere. Okay, so we've got Bordelot's finally upgraded, so we can get our hands on the wine markets. And we'll go ahead and get that as well. And we're making a fair bit of money out of Bordelot as well, so it would be useful to make sure we get some defenses set up.
I have seen your heart.
Alright, Nicolette. We could actually have her go after Blackstone Post and take it back, especially as the army is now reduced. And to be honest, I'm not that concerned about the garrison.
What is your behest?
Yeah, let's get you to go back and take it.
Slay them
Oh yeah, that's going to be easy enough. Goodbye.
for the king.
The only shame is now, because we were trying to upgrade it before, we've actually lost a bit of money from that. But we'll go ahead and try it again.
Devotee of the
Alright.
lady.
Remind me though, when do you get? Next level, okay. Okay.
My magic is yours.
Now, still got the Grudgebringers to go after, but I don't know, at this point I feel like they are just starting to get weaker and weaker. It might be worth just letting them continue to take attrition. Although saying that, it looks like they're about to attack Montfort. Oh crap, what's the garrison like here? Okay, the garrison's actually quite... Oh no, it's that's Baston. Montfort, here we are. The garrison actually looks fairly doable. I'm a little concerned about if they actually try to get into combat, because fighting them before, the Grudgebringer cavalry, which Commander Bernhard leads, is really, really powerful. In fact, wait a minute. Wait. Huh. When I fought him, when I tried to record this episode last time, his stats were just like through the roof. They had like plus 30 to all of this. Huh. Strange. Oh well, if they end up attacking Montfort, I'll take my chances, I guess. Right. I think that's now everybody, isn't it? Yeah. Let's actually go back to Aiden. I might as well see... Is any up? You got a better chance? 18%. You know what? I'll leave you as you are. Let's actually move you into here. That should hopefully increase things a little bit more. Okay, so Nicolette. What to give you? Still got another couple of levels until we can give her Seduction. I might as well just continue giving her Van Hell's Dance Macabre and Away's Dead. And then eventually, yeah, Evasion could work our way up to there. Sure. Luan Basset, let's give you Thunderbolts now. It's a shame that the damsels can't get access to Pegasus, or because of them being part of Mousillon, that they can get their hands on Hellsteeds or something like that. But it's okay, it's one of those things. Dragunov could do with some more garrisons, thinking about it. Okay then. So they've decided to actually march out and attack. They've sent Convoy Brashed by himself. Okay, here's White and Rare Warhorse. I was about to say, that looks like a demigryph. I know that's actually an option for one of the Elector counts. But what else are we going to have to potentially deal with for this army? We've got a Luminarch, War Wagons, Demigryphs, so this might be a little tougher than I expected. That's okay though, we can manage, potentially. Yeah, let's end things here for today. So, next episode, if things all work out well, we should hopefully be able to actually start an assault on Altdorf itself. Being able to secure that will be a major blow to Reikland. And once we've taken the rest of Reikland itself, we can start marching into Wasteland and that to unite the territories between Sylvania and Bretonnia, and then potentially march up north then to take the rest of the Empire. I still want to take Carcassonne, so we'll have to do that at some point. And we're getting enough money coming in that I would like to start a new army. Maybe going with a Nekarch one, or even Strigoi Ghoul King. I haven't quite decided yet. Because we also got Lamia, I suppose we could potentially do. Yeah, because we've got Blood Dragons with the Duke. We've got the Cast Irons with Vlad. We've got a Fallen Knight with William. Nicolette, I suppose you could argue Nicolette is actually a Lamian vampire. So yeah, we could always skip that and just go for the other two instead. That could be interesting. But anyway, let's leave things here for today. So, thank you for everyone for watching this episode, despite being a day late. But things have actually turned out relatively well, and fingers crossed when I come out of this now, it hasn't decided to end a fraction of the way through the episode. But otherwise guys, thank you for watching, take care, and I shall see you next time. Goodbye for now.